Hello, Mystics. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Tonight, I wanted to talk to y'all about the in-between moments of spell casting. And what I mean by that is that we all, or most witches, maybe not everyone, I don't want to be like stereotypical or trying to paint everyone with the same brush, but many witches cast regularly for like monthly for success, prosperity, health, healthy relationships, protection. We cast spells on a regular basis to achieve a long-term goal. And sometimes those spells go beautifully and just smoothly, and everything happens exactly the way we want them to, from the new moon to the full moon to the next new moon. And sometimes not so much. And sure, we try out different spells, we may go about the process differently, but a lot of times it is for the same things, to reach this goal of having exactly what we want out of our lives and in our lives. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, that's what I do. One thing, though, that to me I have noticed, and especially this month, and maybe it's because of the thinning veil and the witchy New Year is coming up and things like that, but I've noticed that the in-between times, the in-between casting and receiving, that I don't give necessarily a lot of thought to the process, the journey of it, what I'm learning in between, what's happening in between, the signs that I'm receiving from the universe, divine, source, whatever you want to call it, goddess, God, but the signs that I'm receiving in between these moments of casting, setting my intent and casting the spell, and then receiving what I'm casting for, or not receiving, depending. I mean, sometimes my spells don't work. Not all the time, but sometimes they don't work like I think they're going to work. Sometimes they don't work. And those are the times I get really frustrated, and then I go back and I'm like, oh wow, let's pay attention to that in between time now. It didn't work like I wanted it to, or it didn't come out exactly as I thought it would. And to me, when things are going smoother, I'm not paying attention, even more so to the in-between, because I'm like, it works, I got this. And maybe that's not so wise. Obviously hindsight's 20/20 and all that, but we tend to only pay attention to hindsight when shit don't happen. And then it's like, oh gosh, what did I do? Because magic isn't just about the instant gratification, at least not for me. It's also about empowerment. And those in-between moments can really show you what's going on, what's happening. And to me, it's more than just casting a spell and then throwing down some cards and making sure that everything's okay, which is an awesome practice to get into. I highly encourage it. But there's also other signs around that we may not be paying attention to. Messages from spirit that we possibly are ignoring. Like, hey, you may want to do something a little different, like right now, today, because shit's about to go a little differently than you thought. Or how about you pay attention to this process for a minute and enjoy the journey of getting from here to there. Just because it's working out doesn't mean that there's not a valuable lesson in the in-between moments. So it's just a thought, but it's a thought that's been kind of rolling around in my brain today, more so than usual. because, well, I was talking to the Deviant Witch, Mr. Michael Blackthorne, who's working on a new book, and this subject kind of came up, and I was like, and that's what I was saying, it's more than instant gratification. There's all this stuff going on in between, and it's not something I pay attention to necessarily as much as I should, especially when things are going my way. I'm not necessarily talking about appreciation either, because obviously we all appreciate it whenever our spells work. We're like, yes, awesome, that's great, so empowering. We're so happy about it, and we're appreciative of it. But we don't really stop to smell the roses in the in-between time. We're kind of focused on that goal, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it doesn't hurt to stop and kind of stick your head up and look around like, okay, what's going on now? I feel like it's working. I feel like things are going better for me. I feel like my spell work is on point. But here, let's take a look around. Let's see if there's anything I need to pay attention to. Let's see if there's a lesson here that I need to be concentrating on. Let's commune with spirit for a minute. Check in. Check with my gut. Whatever you need to do. But just sort of kind of stop and see how you really feel, like down to your core, about what's going on right now. You cast a spell, you set out your intent, and as it's growing, however you have it programmed to grow by the moon or whatever, sit and really think and feel and pay attention to how you're feeling, how that magic is feeling, how tap into that energy, tap into that power you just set into motion, and see what's going on. See if everything feels right to you. See if there's something that feels different. Why does it feel different? Explore it. Kind of push the edges out a little bit from your comfort area. Check things out, So it was an interesting thought. I think that's something I'm definitely going to be paying more attention to, regardless of how well I think it's working or not. I'm not gonna only check in when I feel like things aren't going my way. So I just wanted to share that with you. see what y'all think. What do you think? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed this sense of needing to really feel what's going on in the moment while a spell is gathering energy and pushing forward? Even when you think, I know this is okay, I feel things are working, or maybe you don't know it's okay, maybe you don't feel. What do you feel? Do you feel things? Can you get a sense of things? Like when you throw a ball, as soon as it leaves your hand, just kind of instinctually, if it's going to hit its target or not. If it's going to be a wild throw, where it's just out, far in left field. Is that how it feels to you? Do you instinctively know when, I don't know, this might not work? Or do you know, okay, it's gonna hit on target, like I know it's going to be right on target. And in between point A and point B, do you check in just to see? So I'm interested to know, what do you think about the in-between moments of a spell? So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to share with y'all. It's kind of a abstract conversation, but it's something that's been weighing on me today, so I thought I would share. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week, and are going to have a wonderful week and is having a wonderful evening. And thanks everyone for watching and subscribing. I truly appreciate you. Stay in your magic, guys. Bye.